What's up? In today's video, I'm going to share with you a list of 10 passive income ideas here in Kenya. And with the Kenyan economy growing, there's opportunity to earn passive income through various ways. So consider watching this video till the end because you will find out that you may have up to even 5 passive income ideas that you can venture into that will also generate more income for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Our first passive income idea is affiliate marketing, and this is my main source of making money online. So affiliate marketing is where you partner with companies or affiliate platform like Amazon, Jumia, Digistore24 and promote products that are being sold on those platforms. For example, I'm currently promoting digital products, for example, AI softwares and also ebooks, and I make some commission when someone purchases through my link. And some of the requirements for you to get started with affiliate marketing is having a website. So you will require to have an hosting and also a domain, or you can start a YouTube channel, which is much cheaper. You don't need any amount to get started. So long as you have a smartphone, you can start making videos, and you may also require a laptop where you can do videos like the ones I'm doing, recording your screen and talking. And why is affiliate marketing topping this list? It's because digital costs are lower compared to physical capital. And once you build an audience, income is recurring. For example, you can make one video and people will be watching over and over, and you'll be able to get people purchasing through your link. So that is how you make money even without posting more videos. So you can make one video and that video will be generating you more and more money. And also you will have access to global audience. For example, right now on YouTube, my audience are from the US and most of them purchase through my link. So I don't depend on Kenyan's customers. So having access to global audience is the best option that you can do with affiliate marketing. And some of the challenges with this is that it takes time to build trust, traffic, and followers. But on YouTube, sometimes you don't even need hundreds or thousands of subscribers. You may have 50 people watching your videos only, but out of the 50, 10 of them purchase a product that is going for $500 and you have a 50% commission. So from that, you may earn up to 2,500 US dollars from just 10 people. So another thing is platform algorithm changes. This platform like YouTube, their algorithm changes. So they may push your video or not. But when you have a website, you can still benefit from that. But also we have AI that is able to answer questions when someone Google about a certain product or service. And you also need consistent content and marketing, and monetization depend on the niche, commission rate, and CPC, etc. So the income you make from affiliate marketing will depend on your niche and also the percentage of commission. And this is one of the simplest income ideas you can venture into. Let's now go into our second passive income idea, and that is YouTube automation and digital content using AI. So with the help of AI, you can start your own YouTube channel. I'm sure some of you have heard about YouTube automation. This is where you focus on a certain niche. Let's say you are into motivation. You generate content using AI. We have AI tools such as Feed AI, InVideo, 11 Labs, that you can use to generate a voice, a script using ChatGPT, and then create videos using InVideo and post them on YouTube without any copyright. So with this, you will need to subscribe to some AI softwares that may be around $20 to $50 per each platform. So you may end up using around 10,000 per month to generate certain videos. So for you to really do well with YouTube automation, you need to really niche down and utilize AI to search the best niches you can venture into. I know a friend of mine who is making around 200,000 Kenya shillings from YouTube automation, where he does some content pertaining entertainment, the celebrity news, and he targets the US audience. That's why he's able to make up to $2,000 per month. So what you need to do with YouTube automation is to be consistent in your niche and make sure that you learn from people who are already doing that. And you can search on YouTube how to get started with an automated channel. and you'll be able to learn. Everything is free on YouTube, and most of the things I'm doing, I learned from YouTube. And when you have access to global audience like the US, then you'll be able to make good money. So don't target the local or the Kenyan market. Focus on the US market because you'll be able to earn more. So some of the challenges is that it takes time to build audience and meet YouTube monetization threshold. But if you are able to get the right niche, you'll be able to monetize your YouTube channel within even a month. And also we have platform policies, algorithm changes. So policies do change on YouTube, so it might affect your channel. And also quality and originality matters, so you cannot copy someone else's video and just post it. You will be banned from YouTube. And also competition is intense, especially with the growth of AI tools. Most people are now into YouTube automation. So there's another side hustle you can focus on to generate passive income. Let's now go into our passive income idea number 3, and that is in investing in shares. So buy shares in public companies locally and also abroad. For example, in Kenya, you can buy shares in the NSE, that is the Nairobi Stock Exchange. So you can focus on shares that generate income in form of dividends. So those are value stock. So another way is to invest in companies in order to be able to have capital gains. So you can buy shares low and sell it high. And the profit is known as capital gain. And if you find out that you don't have good number of shares from NSE, you can invest in the global market through platform like Ndov Wealth, where you are able to purchase shares in the US stock market. And for this, you may require some amount of money. For example, for you to purchase shares in Nairobi Stock Exchange, the minimum amount of shares is 100 shares. So if a share is going at Kenya shillings 15, then you will need to have at least 1500 Kenya shillings. And for the global market, it's much expensive, but the returns are good. So with this, once you invest, you don't need to manage a business. So it's just you putting your money and watching and doing research on which stock is performing well. And you can also have dividend coming periodically, exposure to global markets, which can hedge local risk. So some of the challenges and risks include market risk, share price fluctuate, currency risk is buying foreign stock. For example, if you have money in Kenyan shillings and the US dollar is becoming stronger, then it will be more expensive for you. And also we have another risk, that is dividend yield might be low. We also have fees and taxes on capital gains and dividend, and also the need of picking decent companies. So that will be time consuming when it comes to picking the best companies. Let's now go to our passive income idea number 4, and that is apple farming. So this might not be really passive at the start because you'll be required to put more effort at the beginning. Currently, apple farming is the most lucrative agricultural venture in Kenya because there is a high demand for apples, but we don't have enough supply for this kind of fruit. So for this, you will require a little more capital, for example, for land preparation, irrigation setup, and also the seedlings for apples are around 800 shillings. So it's quite expensive. So you'll be required to at least have a good amount of money to venture into this. But once you are able to build a good apple farm, it will generate you more income. I may not talk more about this, but if you go to YouTube right now and search for apple farming, you'll be able to learn more about how to make more money from apple farming. And I've seen farmers making up to 4 to 5 million from just apple farming. So these are good venture right now. So some of the risks that you may encounter include long wait for trees to mature. It takes around 2 to 3 years for you to see maturity of your trees. And also we have climate pest diseases and post-harvest losses, which is not always happening because there is high demand of these products. So post-harvest losses are minimal. What you will have to check out is pests and diseases. So you should check out which seedlings are best for a particular area. Market fluctuation and price volatility, not that really much. And also the need for good seedlings and also irrigation and access to the market. The market is readily available. And let's now go into our 5th passive income idea, and that is dairy farming. Same case to apple farming, you will be required to put in some work and also capital at the beginning. But once your dairy farm is okay, then you'll be able to reap from it. And one of the reasons why you should invest in dairy farming is because of urbanization. Most people are moving to town and leaving farms in the village. So these people in the urban areas require milk. And with dairy farming, you'll be able to supply this milk to people in the urban areas and also these milk processing factories. So most people currently are now shifting towards dairy farming. And so long as you have the necessary feeds and you take care of your cattle, you'll be able to reap from this. So you can get started with just 2 to 5 cows, depending on how much you can manage. So for small scale, you need 2 to 5 cows, which requires a capital of around 250,000 to 400. For 10 cows, that is medium scale, it's around 1.6 to 5 million, depending on your cow breed and infrastructure. And with this, you only need to choose the amount of cows you can manage. And with time, your stock will be growing. So you will not only be making money through selling of milk, but also calves from these cows. Like for example, bulls. You can fetch good amount by selling the bulls and also by selling avers to other farmers. So that's another good venture. And let's now go into the risk of this venture. That is feed cost, cow health, and water supply. So the health of your cows matters for you to have good milk production. So you should always be keen on that. We also have milk spoilage, but currently we have coolers. So you should only maintain good hygiene for you to make sure that your milk don't get spoiled. Prices paid by processors can vary. So also pricing usually affect the milk industry. So make sure that you take caution on that, and also high maintenance obligation. But this one varies with how you take care of your animals. So invest in education for you to know how to take care of your animals. And let's now go into our passive income idea number 6, and that is real estate investment trust. So with this, you don't need to really invest more time like in the apple farming and dairy farming. So with REITs, you will be able to make money by investing in shares or units of a company that has invested in real estate. For example, in Kenya, we have the Fuka platform where you can buy units from this student accommodation and you'll be able to make monthly income in form of the rental income that these companies make. And also as the value of their properties increase, the unit you bought or the share you bought also increase. So you'll be able to have capital gain if you resell your share or unit. So for you to get started with real estate investment trust, you just need to find a trust that you can invest in. For example, in Kenya, we have the Fuka platform, and you can check out the NSC website to find out which of these real estate investment trusts are available. And if you cannot have access to the best version of REITs, you can also go to Dove Wealth, where you can find more real estate investment trusts in the global market like in the US. And the reason why these real estate investment trusts are attractive is because of low maintenance and operation burden compared to owning a property directly. So you only need to buy shares from a real estate investment company, and also you have access to some liquidity. You can sell units rather than selling a property, which is much simple. And also you have exposure to real estate sector without needing land or tenant. So the real estate company does everything. So your thing is only to invest in their shares or units. So the only risk here is if occupancy declines or rents fall, your income also drop. We also have REITs management fee and also regulatory or tax changes. So you should have a look at that before you invest in REITs. And if real estate market slow, REITs unit value also fall. So the price you put a unit might fall depending on the market of the real estate sector. And let's now go to our income idea number 7, and that is tourism and short-term rentals. This is what we call Airbnb. Own property in tourist areas like coastal, game parks, and scenic regions, or in cities and over short-term stay and local holidays rentals. So most Kenyans are doing this currently. So for you to make money with Airbnb, you need to start small and grow over time. Some people usually make a mistake of investing in more Airbnbs, yet they don't have any idea of how they will get their clients. So when you start small, you'll be able to build a client base and also referrals. So with time, you'll be able to get more customers. So start small and grow as time goes by because you'll be learning how the market operates. So with this, you'll be able to get good returns. For example, you can rent a property of Kenya shillings 15,000 per month, and you charge a rate of 2,000 Kenya shillings per night. So by the end of the month, if you are able to be fully booked, you'll have 60,000 Kenya shillings. So from that, you will deduct your rental payment, that is 15,000, and the rest is left to maintain your Airbnb. Maintaining Airbnb is not that expensive. Finally, some of the risks you may encounter in this business include seasonality. We have low periods. Some months you may not be able to get a good number of clients. Another risk is marketing and high expectation of amenities. So as the competition rise, also the quality of your Airbnb matters. So you will need to venture more into marketing and also keep improving your property. You also have maintenance, cleaning, and repairs. Sometimes you may find guests who mess up with your place. So you should put aside some money for either cleaning or repairs in case you experience some mess in your property. You also have regulation and licensing, sometimes more risk of damage. So for example, we had issue where people were being killed in Airbnbs. So you should always take caution on that. And let's now go into our passive income idea number 8. That is fintech, digital finance product, lending apps, and saving apps. So I have a friend who used to work in a SACCO, and currently he owns a website where he's able to offer loans, and he makes money from interest from these loans. So with this, you will need to have some ideas on how the lending business works, and it might be quite tricky because you need to follow some regulation, but this is what people are currently doing here in Kenya. So if you don't have the capacity to build this application or website, you can rather invest in fintech companies in the US stock market. And I mentioned about Indovo Wealth, where you can find companies in the US stock market, especially right now we have AI. So look for companies in the fintech space because they are likely to do well, and invest in them. So how much do you need to get started with this application for lending and also saving? For investing in fintech products, maybe 10,000 to 100,000, depending on platform and how large your investment is. And for you to start a fintech company, it might require millions of shillings in development, compliance, and licensing. And why is it promising? Kenya has a maturing mobile money infrastructure, large underserved population. I'm sure you have seen that recently, or in the recent years, we have had many mobile applications that offer loans. So they make money from the interest and also from clients who default. But this is quite risky because sometimes people default and they never pay. And we also have another risk that include regulatory and licensing. So before you invest into lending apps and saving apps, you must be regulated, and also platform risk. If the platform fails and you lose records about the people you gave loans, then that is it. You'll be able to lose your money. And also competition and the tech cost. Running this application is costly. So instead of building your own application, invest in companies in the US and make money from capital gains and dividend. And let's now go into our passive income idea number 9, and that is rental property, residential and student housing. Buy property, then rent it out. So, for example, in Nairobi, we have some buildings that have a good occupancy rate, but you find out that the owner of that building is almost defaulting on a loan. So they usually sell their building. So if you are able to get such buildings, then it will be a good move for you, because the only thing with rental property is occupancy and maintenance cost. But for you to make money with this rental property, you need a good amount of capital. So, as I told you, as we go down the list, it becomes more expensive. But rental property is the best investment you can make so long as you choose the best location. You make sure that you offer quality service to your clients so that you can be getting referrals. Once someone moves out of your apartment, you get immediate occupancy. So rental sector is capital intensive, and this is for people who already have good amount of money lying somewhere in the bank. So some of the REITs include maintenance, repair, and property management, but you can hire some agencies to manage your property. We also have tenant default, that is, they don't pay rent. And let's now go to the last passive income idea, and that is land speculation. That is holding land for future appreciation. So this is where you buy land where we expect new development. Like for example, if there's a university being set up somewhere, you can purchase land from those areas, and when the value of this land rise, you are able to resell it and make some profit. But this is quite tricky. For some time, you may buy land in a certain area where you were expecting some development, but the government made some changes and shifted to somewhere else. So you may end up reselling your land at break-even or even a loss. So always be concerned with the location. What I came to learn about people who make good money from land speculation are those people who buy huge acres of land and subdivide them. And they also make sure that they have title deeds of this land so that their clients can trust them. So for you to make money from land, you need to first ensure that you own that property, then you subdivide it and make profit from that land by reselling it to other interested parties. So, for example, I was watching someone from the Kingori channel. He buys lands and subdivide them, and he makes sure that he owns the title deeds, unlike other agencies where they are reselling lands that they don't own. So, for clients to trust you, you need to own the land and offer them title deed within at least 60 days or even 2 months to 3 months. And this is quite tricky because it is also capital intensive, and you may run into huge losses if you don't find clients to buy your land. And some of the risks involved in this include holding cost and risks of policy changes. For example, government shifting development to other areas, and also liquidity. Finding a buyer later may take time, and also title dispute and legal issues. So those are the 10 passive income ideas I had today. And if you haven't watched my previous video on how to invest in the US stock market, consider watching it, and also subscribe to this channel for you to have more knowledge on investing in the US stock market and also other business opportunities that you can venture into in order to make more money apart from your salary. So let me see you in the next video.